Okay. Live everywhere. I'm gonna make sure that everything is all good everywhere. Make sure that everything has come up properly. Oh, okay. There we go. That's live. That's live. Everything is all good. Okay, so I have got a fun thing for you guys today. I really hope you'll enjoy it. I really do hope you'll enjoy it. Why is this? There we go. That's looking good. That's looking good. Now, I set this up last night, and I hope it all works as expected. I hope it does. I hope it does. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We got some trolley problems. We got some trolley problems. So I learned of this a little while ago. So there's this thing called the trolley problem, and it is a thought experiment in ethics. And I thought it would be fun if we found some absurd trolley problems and tried to answer them. So this is the original trolley problem. The original trolley problem. Now the trolley problem, and you guys can see my mouse. Now the trolley problem, it originated as a way to try and teach people about ethics and to try and explain um, artificial intelligence and how AI would approach problems and how it's always not always going to be the same way that humans or elves. It's not going to be the same way that we approach things. So it's a little different. It's a little fun. So there is a trolley headed towards 5 people, and I can either pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing one person instead. Now, what do I do? What should I do? What should I do? So I can either leave it on this track and take out the 5 people on the track, or I can take out the one person. Now, the ethical thing to do would be to divert it. I think it would be to divert it because these 5 people, you're saving 5 lives instead of just one. So the ethical thing to do would be to pull the lever. The funny thing to do would be to do nothing. But I'm gonna pull the lever. I think I'm gonna pull the lever. Now, as some of you may know, I've lived for a very long time. So I've encountered these types of decisions a lot, whether to save the majority or the few. And sometimes it's not an easy decision. But I'm gonna pull the lever. I'm gonna divert the track and take out the one. Okay. The next, let me just make sure that this, oh, it's not showing everything. Oh no. Okay, I gotta fix that. One sec. I'm gonna go back to the other screen and then fix it. Oh no. One sec. This screen. And I gotta do this. And then I gotta do this. There we go. Yeah, because I did shorten it because it's a little squished normally. So the way I did this, it was I had to cut out the top so you guys don't see any of my stuff. I don't want you to see any of my stuff. None of my bookmarks, none of that stuff. You guys don't get to see. No, it's private. So I tried to adjust the aspect ratio, but then I forgot about this thing on the bottom that appears. So I wanna make sure that the aspect ratio is, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. Okay, let's go back over. Let's go back over because I think that looks good. I think that looks good. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're all good. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Running into problems already. Running into problems already. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one. We're gonna go to the next one. So there's 4 people. Trolley is headed towards 5 people, but you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 4 people instead. What do you do? Well, this is basically the same thing as the last problem. This is the needs of the many over the needs of the few. And so the ethical thing to do would be to sacrifice the 4 to save the 5. So we pull the lever. I'm kind of surprised that the percentage dropped a little more. Now this is a little more interesting. Oh no, a trolley is headed towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but your life savings will be destroyed. What do you do? Now, again, this is the needs of the many over the needs of the few. But the problem is there's now personal bias in here. There's personal bias in here. So what this problem is asking is, do your needs trump the needs of everyone else? And I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, in some situations, yes, but in this situation, no. So I'm gonna pull the lever. I'm gonna pull the lever. I'm actually surprised that that went down so much. 73% agreed with the first level, and then it dropped down to what was it, 63%? And now it's at 58%. Like that's just, man. Oh. Oh no. This is this is getting into a bit more. Charlie is headed towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, sacrificing yourself instead. What do you do? You want your money? Oh man. So this is also the needs of the many over the needs of the few. But the problem is there's even more personal bias now. So would you rather die a hero saving 5 people, or would you sacrifice 5 people to save yourself? And there's not really, I don't think there's really a right or a wrong answer. There's an answer that you would be praised for, and there's an answer where you wouldn't necessarily be chastised for, but you would be looked down on secretly, like behind your back. So, but in the same time, people would understand why you did it. But I've been in this situation before. Been in that situation before. It's time to pull the lever. Okay. Charlie's head towards five people. You can pull the lever to divert it the other track. The original copy of the Mona Lisa will be destroyed. Yeah, we're pulling the lever. Bye bye, Mona Lisa. We we don't need it. We don't need it. Trolley is headed towards a rich man. The rich man offers you $500,000 to pull the lever, which would divert the trolley to kill someone else. What do you do? He's trying to bribe me? You're trying to bribe me? You think I can be bought? Well, okay, let's think this through. Let's think this through. So, let's say that I am actually standing on a track. There's a trolley coming down, and there is a lever conveniently nearby that will switch the tracks. I don't have enough time somehow to to go over there and save one or both of them. What would I do? This is this is a little more complicated. I can see a world where a lot of people take the money. I can see a world where a lot of people take the money. Now, I can't be bought. I I think that okay, so the reason why I did that, if he's maybe that was a bit too hasty. Maybe that was a bit too hasty. So if I am in that situation, then both of them are going to be pleading for their lives, and one of them is offering me money, the other is just pleading for his life. I think that I think that I'm not going to take the money because okay, so money is important to life. Yes, that is true. But money is not the end all be all. And I don't think I would take the money specifically because to me that seems like I'm compromising my morals. And that's not something that I can agree with. Now, if both of them are trying to offer me things and they're trying to like one up each other, then it would just be a coin flip basically. I would pull out a coin, flip a coin. I wouldn't want anything. I'm not doing this for something. I'm I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. Oh no, Charlie is headed towards five lobsters. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, running over a cat instead. What do you do? Oh man, this is. Oh jeez. Okay, so this is levels of sentience. This is what it's called here. Levels of sentience. Um, do you save one cat or do you save five lobsters? It's still the needs of the many over the needs of the few. And it's basically asking, do you value the life of a cat more than you value the life of five lobsters? Bye-bye, cat. The needs of the many over the needs of the few. Hey, yeah, you gotta save the 5. A trolley is heading towards 5 people who are sleeping and won't feel pain. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, running over someone who is wide awake instead. What do you do? Are you gonna eat the lobster's sort of so easy choice? Oh man. No, no, no. You put them back in the ocean. You put them back in the ocean. You don't eat them. No, you save them. You save them. Okay. Okay, it doesn't really matter if they're sleeping or not. It's still the needs of the many over the needs of the few. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye. It doesn't matter that they won't feel pain and that they're sleeping. It's the needs of the many over the needs of the few. A trolley is headed towards 5 people who tied themselves to the track. Why would they do that? You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing one person who accidentally tripped onto the track instead. What do you do? I think this one's easy. I think this one's easy. They wanted it. They wanted it. Trolley is headed towards 5 people. The lever just speeds up the trolley, which might make it less painful. Oh, jeez. Well, if it's going to make it less painful. Yeah, we don't use that language here. Don't use that language here. Um Trolley's headed towards 5 people. Lever just speeds up the trolley, which might make it less painful. Well, it's very likely that it will make it less painful. It's very, very likely that it will. So I'm gonna pull the lever. Trolley's headed towards one guy. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but then your Amazon package will be late. What? Pull the lever. So 23% disagree? What? That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Charlie's heading towards your best friend. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 5 strangers instead. What do you do? Oh man. Man. This is a hard one. This is a hard one. It's still the needs of the many over the needs of the few. But the problem is we're now in a situation where We're in a situation where, hmm, I don't know. I don't know. Now, if it was my best friend, then I would assume that they would say, do nothing, save them. That's what I would assume. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that one's a hard one because it's it could go either way. It could go either way. But I'm assuming that if it is your best friend, it would be a hard decision. But if your best friend is a good person, then they would sacrifice themselves to save the five. At least that's what you think is happening. You forgot your glasses and can't see well. Dude, why? Why? Dude. Yeah, a trolley is heading towards five people. You can pull the lever and divert it to the other track, killing one person instead. At least that's what you think is happening. You forgot your glasses and can't see that well. What do you do? To pull the lever. You pull the lever. Trolley is heading towards one of your first cousins. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing three of your second cousins instead. Needs of the many over the needs of the few. The needs of the many over the needs of the few. Trolley is heading towards five elderly people. You can pull the lever to divert to the other track, running over a baby instead. Oh. This one is an interesting decision. So you can argue that the baby has a lot of potential and the elderly have already lived their lives and they're not going to be able to contribute much of value to society. But I don't think I agree with that because it just says elderly people. It doesn't say how old they are. It doesn't say how old they are. It doesn't say if they have families. It doesn't say if they have children. It doesn't say if they have grandchildren. I think it's still the needs of the many over the needs of the few. I think that's the case. I think that's the case. I'm gonna pull the lever. Now you could make an argument, the argument I said where the elderly have lived a majority of their life and that they don't really have a whole lot of value to offer to society. But I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I think that the elderly have a lot to offer in terms of bringing up the next generation and helping to teach them. So I think that the baby is the right answer there. Oh no, Trolley is barreling towards 5 identical clones of you. You can divert it to the other track, sacrificing yourself instead. If they're identical clones to me, then we can always make more. So that's a no. That's a do nothing. Because even though that was in needs of the many over the needs of the few, wait, what is this? What? That's the same. That's the same thing. That's the same choice on both tracks. This is the same choice on both tracks. What? 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 Why do they have the same choice on both tracks? What? A 10% chance to kill 10 people, so on average you're killing one person. 50% chance to kill 2 people, so on average you're killing one person. Do it enough times, law of large numbers will always say that you're killing one person on average. You'll always like this will always equal the same number. This always equals the same number. So it doesn't matter what you choose. It doesn't matter. So we do nothing. It doesn't matter. It's the same choice. It's the exact same choice. Trolley is heading towards 5 sentient robots. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing one human instead. If they're sentient robots, then they're just another race. So, bye-bye human. Bye-bye human. A trolley is heading towards 3 empty trolleys worth $900,000. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, hitting one empty trolley worth $300,000 instead. What do you do? Pull the lever. They're both empty. They're worth the same amount of money, but you're destroying less property that way. Well, I shouldn't say you're destroying less property. It's less property gets destroyed that way. A trolley is releasing 100 kilograms of CO2 per year, which will kill 5 people over 30 years. You can pull the lever. That I don't know if that's an accurate amount, but okay, we'll go with that. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, hitting a brick wall and decommissioning the trolley. What do you do? Pull the lever. That's an easy one. Because if it's releasing that much CO2 a year, then it's likely an older trolley, which means that their technology has advanced far enough that a new, even though it's going to cost, um, it's going to cost money to do that. It's it's more important that you save the lives. Oh no, you're a reincarnated being who will eventually be reincarnated as every person in this classic trolley problem. What do you do? What? What? I don't see how that's possible. Still pulling the lever, needs of the many over the needs of the few. A trolley is headed towards nothing, but you kind of want to prank the trolley driver? No. 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 Trolley is heading towards a good citizen. You can pull the lever to divert the other track, running over someone who litters instead. Define a good citizen. I'm not sure that littering is worth it. Oh man. Okay, so if they're a good person, if they're a good person, and the other person is just generally not a good person, like genuinely not a good person, then it would be the moral choice to pull the lever. Due to a construction error, a trolley is stuck in an eternal loop. If you pull the lever, the trolley will explode, and if you don't, its passengers will go in circles for eternity. What do you do? What? What? Surely they can just get off the trolley, right? We're gonna do nothing. That's not a reason to take people out. A trolley is headed towards your worst enemy. You can pull the lever to divert the trolley and save them, or you can do nothing and no one will ever know. Just because they're my worst enemy doesn't necessarily mean that, no, it's still the moral choice to pull the lever. It's still the right choice to pull the lever. Even though it may cause problems down the road. Like I don't really think that's a big deal. Do it. Oh man. Okay, my worst enemy, my worst enemy. Don't be Batman. Okay, so okay, let's say I was on top of that tower again. That is an easy choice. You do nothing. If I was on top of the tower and the portal didn't open, it's an easy choice. You do nothing. Because I would consider them my worst enemy. I'm leaning towards do nothing now. Now, if it was my worst enemy here on Earth, then that's a different story. If it's my worst enemy on Earth, I would pull the lever. If it was my worst enemy back in my home, then I would do nothing. So I'm going to assume that they mean on Earth. And I'm going to pull the lever. This one can go either way. Trolley is headed towards a person who will lower their lifespan by 50 years. Oh, a trolley is headed towards a person and will lower their lifespan by 50 years. You can pull the lever to divert the trolley to lower the lifespan of 5 people by 10 years instead. By 10 years each instead. What will you do? So it's 50 years for both of them, but this one lives a much shorter life, and these guys live slightly shorter lives. Pull the lever. Trolley is headed towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, sending the trolley into the future to kill 5 people 100 years from now. What do you... It's the same thing, though. This is the same thing. So you do nothing. Oh no, a trolley problem is playing out before you. Do you actually have a choice in the situation? Or has everything been predetermined since the universe began? Oh god. No. No, why? This is... Oh man, free will. Okay, so there is a concept known as Laplace's demon. And Laplace's demon is a fictional being that if it can understand, if it can see and understand all of the information, then it can predict the future. It can tell you with 100% certainty what will happen in the future. The problem is knowing that information. So if you... I think I'm getting a bit too abstract with this. I think I'm getting a bit too abstract. By saying I don't have a choice, that is giving up agency and is giving up responsibility for your actions. It is not accepting responsibility for your actions. By saying I have a choice, that's saying I do have responsibility for my actions and I do accept responsibility for my actions. So I have a choice. I have solved philosophy. I have solved philosophy. It is over. It is over. Philosophy is done. There is no more philosophy. Yeah, so I think I was getting a little too abstract there. Um, Laplace's demon. If you believe in the concept of Laplace's demon and that it would, if we knew all the information, then we could predict the future with 100% certainty, um, then that would mean that everything is deterministic. But that would be every tiny bit of information. That would mean that we would be able to reconstruct a burnt piece of paper from the ashes, the heat, and the radiation that it gives off. That's the level of accuracy we're talking about. And I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible. I don't maybe one day, maybe one day, but I don't think it's possible in the next 100 million years. Like I don't think we'll be able to measure that precisely ever. Now now going back to the clone one, the five clones of yourself. So that one is technically also the needs of the many over the needs of the few. But at that point, because they are clones of myself, even though technically it would be more ethical to sacrifice the few, I don't agree with that. And I don't agree with that for the specific reason because they were likely, if they are me as well, and they have the exact same mindset as me, then they would want to sacrifice themselves. They would want to save the original. So I think that one is easy. You just you just sacrifice them. You can create more clones. Now that's the only one that's a little dicey to me. Hmm. Yeah. I think that one's a little dicey. I don't think it's as clear cut as I made it, but I think that I did solve philosophy. I think philosophy is now solved forever. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.